Hello, thank you for having me. Everyone looks, I wish I wore something more sparkly. I was telling you guys your blazers. I'm like, oh, I missed out. Well, welcome everyone, and thank you for being here today. My name is Claudia Medina, and I am here to speak to you about my experience as a Denver kid in the program for over 10 years. So Denver Kids ultimately opened a lot of doors of opportunity for me. As a child of my background, I did not have many open doors of opportunity. An open door offers a sense of hope, determination, and opportunity. Closed, the door is a constant reminder of what is unavailable to you. A closed door is similar to a window, except a window can offer you a view into a different part of the world, but without direct access. Growing up, I mostly had windows available to me. I could see all the possibilities, but I couldn't quite reach them. From experience, I know that when a door to another room is opened, it means everything. It provides access to a different world. And when you can see a path to new opportunities, they become a real possibility. It becomes a door to a bright future. The bright future behind that door is different for everyone. For some, it's graduating high school, graduating college, building self-esteem, getting a job, or learning to support themselves. Regardless of what's behind that door, its existence is vital to a well-balanced and successful life. I was selected to be a Denver kid at the age of 8 because I was quiet, uninterested, and had all out checked out from life. I wasn't engaged in school, didn't go to class on time, I slept in, didn't do my homework, and never really made any friends. I didn't have that push to focus, learn, or reach out for help. I was an alive, breathing being who did not have the means to live or pursue any interests. My life consisted of school and home, and I was an isolated child who shied away from anything new. My circumstances were no one's fault. My single mother, who is in the crowd with me today, worked very hard to provide for our family, and she loved us deeply, but I don't think anyone close to me knew how to help me. Growing up, I was painfully shy and anxious about peers, family, and the future, which kept me disconnected from everyone. My open door was the chance to experience a new life of activities, places, and to build an idea of self-worth. Denver Kids opened the door of confidence in myself, my surroundings, and my future. They pushed me to believe in myself and the world around me by opening those doors of opportunity for me. Doors that would have been inaccessible otherwise because of my economic status, cultural background, or an unavailable adult. These doors ranged from academic support, social gatherings, camping, movies, or even ice skating. These simple activities helped give me a glimpse into the rest of the world that I did not know. This was the first time in my academic life that I felt like someone was focusing solely on me. Someone cared about my feelings, accomplishments, ideas, and goals. And as I got older, Denver Kids helped me develop my skills as a leader by having me participate in leadership seminars, a summer studying away in Massachusetts, and working with professionals to gain college and career advice. The fun activities Denver Kids exposed me to when I was a kid, along with the more complex leadership building opportunities I experienced as I grew, helped me create a more well-rounded personality and set of interests. And although Denver Kids offers so many important opportunities to learn, grow, and explore, it was the people Denver Kids paired me with that truly pushed me to believe in myself. Darla was the first Denver Kid staff member I met when I was in the 3rd grade. In fact, Darla is also here in the room with me today. She was assigned as my educational SEL counselor who would drop into my classes from time to check in on me and would take me to Denver Kids events. I appreciate Darla because she makes me laugh. She always attempts to understand, even when it's difficult to articulate my thoughts. But most importantly, I appreciate Darla because she doesn't give up on people. When I first met Darla, I was very scared when she pulled me into the school hallway. I thought I had done something wrong and she was a school administrator coming to scold me. But as she started to explain who she was, I didn't fully understand why I had to be a part of Denver Kids and thought I was still being punished in some way. I thought Denver Kids was trying to fix my inherent quietness. And I was a little mad at first that my family and school thought that I needed this support. But looking back, I realized it was very important that others pushed me into this. I didn't realize at the time that Denver Kids wasn't there necessarily to fix me, but they were there to support my personal growth and help me become a person I am today. Having Darla as a liaison was very helpful throughout school because teachers and school counselors have a caseload of dozens of students, so it can be difficult to make a personal connection. In a high school of 1,600 students, I was very lucky to have a supportive adult for myself. Darla noticed that it was hard for me to engage in activities, so she nudged me regularly to step outside of my comfort zone, be open to new things, and practice being courageous. It was Darla who first encouraged me to explore the outdoors and go camping. One summer, I almost passed up the opportunity to go to an Old Stories New Voices camp simply because I had felt uncomfortable and socially anxious the summer before. Darla knew that I was safe at this camp, so she encouraged me to trust myself and the people around me. Going back to that camp was one of the most consequential experiences of my life that eventually led to me traveling across the country and developing a passion for the outdoors. Knowing I could trust Darla made it a little easier to be in a place of discomfort for the sake of growth. Counselors like Darla are a vital part of Denver Kids that helps students build a connection with an adult who will always encourage them to push and improve themselves. A few years into working with Darla, another person was matched to my team, Julie. Julie was assigned to be my volunteer mentor, and she is also here in the crowd with me today. Julie created a more personal relationship with me. I would spend more time outside of the classroom with her doing new activities I would never have considered before. But more importantly, Julie had the interest and time to get to know me personally. She was good at making me feel comfortable and safe in any setting, which encouraged me to try new things. Julie has always supported me in a wide range of ways, from academic support, applying for jobs in colleges, to even housing me this past year. In a year of the greatest turmoil the world has seen in over a century, she and her family welcomed me with open arms and offered me shelter from the storm. Living with Julie and her family also came at a crucial point in my life. I was at the start of my adult life where I needed to start building healthier habits so I could have energy and feel well. Living with Julie helped me how to eat better, try new things, and develop helpful habits, like going for a walk each day. I constantly wanted to improve myself during this time period because I was so inspired by living with people who cooked well-balanced meals and made an effort to go outside each day. And this was a much-needed and major-needed shift from college living. Julie and her family's generosity reiterated to me that no one gets through anything alone, especially now. All of us in this room received support from a loved one this last year in a time where we could not physically be with each other. Julie and her family helped save me in many ways, an act I can only be eternally grateful for. Besides my family, Julie and Darla are the two other people I have consistently interacted with for the longest period of my life. They care about my well-being without expecting anything in return, something I can only describe as selfless. It wasn't until I graduated high school in 2016, left Denver Kids, started the next chapter at Chapman University, that I realized how important it was to have Darla checking in on me regularly all those years. I really depended on Darla to stay motivated, excel in classes, find leadership opportunities, and try new things. At Chapman, I was truly on my own for the first time, and I had to try, not for anyone else, but just for myself. However, being a Denver Kid helped me stay encouraged, motivated, and helped me develop studying habits, organizational and time management skills that supported me as I started my college career. Although living and studying just for yourself can be an empowering opportunity, I can't imagine how difficult the transition would have been from high school to college if I had not built that foundation with Denver Kids. Being alone in college and staying motivated while navigating daily life on my own could not have been easy. It made me realize how much work others put into me. All the time, attention, and support I was given by teachers, family, and Denver Kids could not have been easy. You don't realize how much you need help until you do something on your own for the first time. And I realize it's very important to rely on others, but it's even more important to let others rely on you. For the first time, I truly understood that all my life I had been given something: opportunities, unconditional support, financial assistance, and encouragement in my dreams and goals. I decided that I wanted to give something back to the system I had benefited from. I realized I wanted to pursue a life in service of others and helping others as I had been helped. I want to become a person like Julie and Darla that gives back opportunity, freedom, support, and encouragement. Unsurprisingly, it was through Denver Kids that I discovered exactly how I wanted to do that. As I mentioned earlier, one of my favorite Denver Kids activities was camping. The very first time I went camping, I fell in love with the experience. I liked being outdoors, being away from home, outdoor cooking, hikes, and the beautiful views of the mountains and night sky. I found comfort in the natural landscape. It was my first time away from home, and I had never felt freer in my life. In the outdoors, I found a home and my leadership skills. I realized camp was a special place for kids to be at, to have the freedom to be themselves, challenge themselves, and grow. It gave me a better understanding of who I am, and without Denver Kids, I would have never been able to attend a summer camp. As I continued to pursue this passion by raising funds on my own trip to Sea Camp in San Diego with the help of Denver Kids, I was also a Ballarat counselor that led classes of 5th graders through the mountains, some for the first time ever. And throughout college, I worked at Camp Chief Ouray, and even though there was a tremendous pressure from my university to pursue a more stable or lucrative career, in the end, I wanted to give back to the camp community that I loved and respected. As they do for all their students, Denver Kids and Darla helped me discover and explore my unique passion. Their support to pursue my passion and overcome obstacles was imperative to having the courage to live my life with these goals in mind. I remember sitting on the campus of my dream school in Southern California with Julie and Darla. Both of them, along with Darla's mother, helped take me to the universities in Southern California that I desperately wanted to attend. After seeing half a dozen schools, I found a place that I felt at home. And while sitting on the bench of my dream school, Darla and Julie made a point that if this is it, and this is my dream, that I should go for it and not give up. But then they said something more insightful, that if this isn't it, for whatever reason, it's going to be okay. I had put in the work with Denver Kids to get me to this point where ultimately I was going to be okay. Eventually, I graduated from Chapman University in 2020 with a degree in business administration. The best year to graduate. I'm currently working with the YMCA of Metro Denver with their childcare department, learning about the basic foundations needed for a childcare program to be successful. And a life goal that I eventually have is to run, expand, and create a summer camp with an atmosphere that lets children feel comfortable and free to be themselves, just like I had experienced. It's a remarkable thing when you can take a young person like me, someone who had checked out from life, and academics due to a lack of confidence in themselves and the world around them, and then to transform them into a self-sufficient person who wants to give back to the community that helped them become who they are. This is what Denver Kids did for me. This is what Denver Kids does for students who need it the most. They open those doors. Denver Kids not only opens academic doors, but doors of self-confidence and new experiences. As a child, it's very easy to feel unheard, unrepresented, and powerless. Denver Kids provides someone who cares, listens, consistently shows up for them, and helps them find their power. Bright futures can feel dim for children who lack the opportunities and resources to make them real. And in a time of such uncertainty and turmoil, Denver Kids is a program that needs to exist for those who sit in a windowless room with a closed door. So I ask you today, what door do you open for Denver Kids? Thank you.